Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this video, we shall be solving question number 3 and question number 4 of exercise 8.2 on trigonometry. So let's start. So in question number 3, it is given that if tan of a plus b is equal to root 3 and if tan of a minus b is equal to 1 by root 3, and it is already mentioned that the sum of these two angles is greater than 0 degrees and less than or equal to 90 degrees. So now when it is given that the sum of, so let's assume 3 vertices here. One vertex is A, the other vertex is B, and the third vertex I have taken it as C. So there are 3 vertices, right? And the other piece of information which is given here is A is greater than B, and they are asking you to find A and B. That means they must be asking you to find out what is the measure of the angle A and the measure of the angle B, right? So let us approach this question one by one. First, you plot this piece of information. So we draw a triangle in which one of the vertices I have taken it as A and B. I have not taken either A or B as a right angle because of this piece of information. Because when the sum of two angles is equal to 90 degrees or less than 90 degrees, so neither of these two angles can be equal to a 90 degrees. It is the third angle which will be equal to a 90 degrees, which is why I have taken angle C as 90 degrees. Thereafter, what do we need to understand here is how much, we know that tan is positive in the first quadrant and the third quadrant, but this piece of information tells me that I am only supposed to talk about the first quadrant. This piece of information tells me that I am only supposed to talk about the first quadrant. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to understand, or the second part after having drawn the. Okay, the third thing here is, can I say tan of A plus B? How much is tan 60? Root 3. So this is equal to tan 60 degrees. At the same time, I can say tan of A minus B is tan of 30 degrees, because tan of 30 degrees is equal to 1 by root 3, and let us say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So you have two simultaneous equations and you just need to solve. So once you have tan of an angle equal to tan of an angle, so this you need to understand, this is tan of A plus B degrees and this is tan of A minus B degrees. Now you can cancel tan from both the sides, which is why you will say now A plus B degrees. So this is just like saying A degrees plus B degrees is equal to 60 degrees. And the second equation which you are getting here is A degrees minus B degrees is equal to a 30 degree. So when I add this, I get what? Twice of A degrees is equal to 90 degrees. So from here you are able to say that A degrees is equal to 45 degrees and B degrees becomes equal to how much? Have I added it correctly here? Because A plus B should be equal to a 60 degree here. But now when I am getting this thing, am I sure what I am doing basically? Let's see. So here what are we saying? We are saying that A we are getting it as 45 degrees and B we are getting it as 15 degrees. But when we add this, we are getting an angle which is lesser than 90 degrees. So is this possible? Of course this is possible, because it said that the maximum measure of A plus B should be equal to a 90 degree. So now when I have made a right angle triangle here, am I getting this as a right angle? Will angle C be equal to 90 degrees? No. This angle C will not be equal to 90 degrees. This angle C, in this case, we know that the sum of all the three angles of a triangle is how much? 180 degrees. So if angle A plus angle B is equal to 60 degrees, in that case, this becomes equal to a 120 degree. So this virtually you would see had nothing to do with PBH. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. So question number 4 basically talks about state whether the following are true or false and justify your answer. So this question number 4 is further subdivided into 5 parts. So starting off with the first part, so we have to find out whether this is correct or not, and then we need to justify our answer. It says sine of a plus b is equal to sine a plus sine b. For this, I think it becomes easier if we just assign some values to a and b. So you can divide this question into 2 parts, wherein in one case you can take a is equal to b, and in the other case take a value wherein a is not equal to b. So for example, here you can take a is equal to b as 30 degrees, and here in the second case we can take the value of a as, let's say, 30 degrees, and we can take the value of b as 60 degrees, right? So now in the first case, can I say a plus b becomes equal to sine 60, right? How much is sine 60? Root 3 by 2. Now this should be equal to sine 30 plus sine 30. Now how much is sine 30? 1 by 2. And how much is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2? 1. So root 3 by 2 is not equal to 1. So this example itself is sufficient, and you can say what? The answer is false. Though just to complete this, we can say now a plus b in the second case becomes how much? 90. So sine 90 is how much? 1. Is this equal to sine 30, which is 1 by 2, and sine 60, which is root 3 by 2? No, it is not equal. So you get 2 examples wherein you are able to justify, and even if you get one example which does not satisfy this equation, in that case you will always give an answer like false. I repeat, if you get one answer which does not satisfy a particular equation, then the answer has to be false. It cannot be true. Okay, now this says the value of sine theta increases. The second question says the value of sine theta increases as theta increases. So if you have gone through my earlier videos on trigonometry wherein we had drawn the table, so we can just pick up the values. So how much is sine 0? We can just pick up values. Sine 0 degrees, sine 30 degrees, sine 45 degrees, right? The next value which you can pick up here is sine 60 degrees, and the last value that you can pick up here is sine 90. How much is 0? Sine 0 degrees is 0, followed by 1 by 2, followed by 1 by root 2, followed by root 3 by 2, followed by 1. So can I say 0 is less than 1 by 2? So this is 0.5, right? Now you are dividing 1 by 2. Now if you divide 1 by a number which is lesser than 2, naturally this answer 1 by root 2 will be greater than 1 by 2. So you will see that these values are progressive in nature. So as theta increases, the value of sine theta increases in every case. So this is true. The same now you can try it for question number 3, subpart 3. It says the value of cos theta increases as theta increases. Is this true? Let us find it out. And we'll use the same logic as we used in this question. So you'll see this starts from cos 0 is 1, followed by cos 30, which is root 3 by 2, followed by 1 by root 2, followed by half, followed by 0. So you will see as this starts from the maximum value and it approaches the minimum value. And this statement says that the value of cos theta increases as theta increases. No, this is false. It decreases. Next question. It says sine theta is equal to cos theta for all values of theta. Just take one value. For example, if I want to take the value of theta as 0 degrees. Now in this case, sine 0 is how much? 0. And cos 0 degrees is how much? 1. Now 0 is not equal to 1. You get one example as we talked about. You take one value, and if that value does not satisfy the given statement, that means the statement is not true. It is false. You can take other values also. You could have taken theta is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, cot A is not defined for A is equal to 0 degrees. So what is cot A? Can we say cot A can be written as cos A upon sine A? And when we are saying cot 0 degrees, this will be written as cos 0 degrees divided by sine 0 degrees. So cos 0 degrees is 1 and sine 0 degrees is 1 by sine 0 degrees is 0. So this value comes out to be a 1 by 0, which defies, it goes against the definition of a rational number. What is a rational number? A rational number is a number wherein the numerator and denominator both are integers, no doubt. but the denominator is a non-zero integer. It can be either positive or negative but cannot be equal to 0. And here we are writing the denominator equal to a 0. So this is not a real number case, right? So cot A is not defined for A is equal to 0 is absolutely correct. Right? Okay. I hope you'll practice all these questions. You'll go through them once again, and maybe you are able to find out some other perspective also for solving the same question. I mean, as it's always said, there is always a basic way and the best way of solving a question. So please explore both of them. If you feel that something very, very interesting has been discussed in this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. If you have already done so, click on the bell icon and select all. If you want us to do some videos on some specific topics or difficult topics, please put it in the comment section so that we can do it for you. Thank you so much. Until next we meet, goodbye.